Hello, this is Frank Orlando. So I'm recording pictures, and if you're offended by these pictures, if you're in it, I hope you forgive me because I am at risk of losing everything that I take all my life. And I'm only putting these up only because I could lose all the photos. In an effort of saving the memory of my life, I am uploading it. I stopped being involved with the Ocala gathering in 2009. That was my last time, and I went to the Nationals, and then someone harassed me, and that was the last time I went, and then I kept getting harassed once I got back. It never stopped. I am done with the Ocala gathering. I'm done with the counterculture movement as of 2009. But I have fond memories, and I want to show the Ocala gatherings over many years. I didn't write dates on these pictures, so here we go. I'm just going to pick them up. I have them all spread out here on this massage table, and I'm going to try to go. So the first, they always welcome home. Welcome home. Right? Welcome home. Again, welcome home. Always part of it. And coming into the parking lot is Bus Village. That's TKK's. That was one of the buses at the Ocala gathering. I have a very fond memory of that. Laughing jokingly. This is the parking lot of the Ocala gathering of 1 year. This here is a sign that you might see going into the Ocala National Forest. They have different regions, and that lets you know that you're there. This 1 year, Rainbow Family of Living Light, February 3rd to March 6th, 2009. I guess that was a Forest Service permit. Somebody handled that and posted it so we could legally gather. This is more of the parking lot, a van, and so anyhow, more parking lot, and this is also the bad end. At the end of the gathering, you got all this trash. Why we have a cleanup crew? It's real important. Some more buses. I just did a video on buses, and there you are. And this, I met this cat in 1997. His name is One Feather, and he had carried the Jesus spirit with him. Very awesome dude, very positive person, and his cool van. I got that online. He's passed away. He's gone. He's no longer with us. This here is info booth. That's the thing that I helped create for many years as a focalizer. I'd get names and I would mail information out to them, and I provided information at the gathering, and I provided information over the phone. I think that's a kitchen, but I got it mixed up. This that's some Howdies. That's part of Garrett Beck's and the original National Gathering. It's the personal invite that they sent out. We did it other ways. Later on, we did a combination of providing a flyer and a website. People could download it. And so anyhow, we did also, as part of function as a focalizer, this is a solar powered water system. I had a big cart, which is in there somewhere. That's the water buffalo. We bought them too. Those are 300-gallon tanks, food grade tanks. The Benefit Show helped buy those water tanks that you see, and also did other things. Here's another picture of an info booth right there. I set up in 07. I had it next to my teepee, I think, and you can see a person gathering information or something at the early part of it. This was a board where people could messages and stuff. Some years you can see a missing person, a flyer, or somebody putting something up they printed out, and they would bring it back to the gathering. So this was a beautiful cart that this guy made. This is actually, it went to the Nationals. He made it with dream catchers. And this guy here had a burro at the gathering one year, and he gave horsey rides or burro rides. Beautiful Ocala forest. It's unique. That's at the Nationals, that same cart, the dream catcher cart. So how anyhow, this right here, at the beginning of a gathering, we used to scout out gatherings and look for sites to help assist in a proper location. Sometimes the Forest Service gave us direction. Later on, they dictated more of what happened. Part of scouting out a site. This was part of scouting. As a beautiful picture. It's a lot of work in being a focalizer that I did. This is actually at a national picture, but it's such a cool picture of the sun. I think it's one of the nationals out west, but we're mostly concentrating on Ocala. This is Hopkins Prairie. It's really gorgeous. I don't know that they can still gather out there in Hopkins, but it's really a beautiful forest. And this is an oven made out there to bake. In Ocala, this is not the Nationals, which they do things a lot bigger, but that's an oven in the Ocala forest that was cooking with a wood stove and an oven setup. My teepee, that was my teepee. I just recently had to throw it out because I'm not going to have a home. So I can't get a job. So I couldn't keep the teepee any longer. It got kind of moldy, but I think it could have been salvaged. But since I'm losing my home, I don't have anywhere to store it. And it's gone bye-bye along with it. These are camping things. There it is. That's Teepee Village. That's in Ocala. Me and Opal had a tent. These are campsites. That's some teepee at a national, actually. This is the interior of my teepee. You can see a fire. I could cook in it. One year I did a rope thing where I tied a rope up and tied a pot or something over it, like a tripod or something. I did different things. It was a lantern, and I would light the teepee up. That way I didn't have to gather so much firewood. It was warm in the Florida woods. You didn't need a fire, not all the time. That's my teepee, and there it is. This is actually at the Pennsylvania. It's another bad, when you don't have a good setup, a good level ground. That's a fire. And this is my gorgeous girlfriend in 2002. I met, and she stayed with me for a while. So anyhow, this is part of Rainbow, and that there are different religious factions within the gathering. And this is a Krishna group, and there is also Jesus Camp, and then there's pagan groups and different types of people of different religious backgrounds that came to the Ocala gathering. And so beautiful artwork. And this is a teepee, what's left of it, and it was used in the best way it could. Some beautiful Krishna artwork there, and another tent. They would come out, and the Krishna girls, these are Krishna girls, they didn't really stay. They would come in for a day and bring in some food and then leave the gathering. They were not really part of the gathering, really. They were just to supply food. That's the one more picture of the gathering thing. Another part of it was that something that I did is I organized a benefit show, and So that's some of the food. Different years I brought food to the gathering. I also purchased, I went with the supply group, or created a supply group to bring in food to give out to the kitchens, so it would help feed everybody. That's important for y'all to see that. Some people didn't believe it worked, but it actually did make it work. This here is a wedding that was done. So here is Mata Hart. She passed away. It's some of the people at her wedding, that they were not all participants of the gathering. They came for the wedding ceremony. She wanted to be done. So I want to tell you that don't crucify the remaining people that are part of this, because most of them have passed away, and those that are alive weren't there at the gathering. They were there to celebrate their mom's marriage to this man, and she had cancer and she wasn't going to live too much longer. Some more people at part of the wedding. And then my drums were a big part of my teepee. When it went to the nationals, sometimes I would pull the drums out and we'd have a drum group. Usually I would just bring one drum, but sometimes I would put out, once again, another picture of the Howdies. This here was a dome tent. Some people at the dome tent. I don't know where I have that picture, but Ananda Kitchen, Rainbow Kitchen, some friends. Ananda was one of them, which was a takeoff from Morning Star, which was in 97, 98, a huge kitchen crew that went on as Ananda. It kept on. This is another crew, kitchen crew. Some woods, some more friends. So these are friends. I hope they forgive me. These are very old pictures. These people do not resemble or look like anything like this anymore. It's a really beautiful, how a heavy trail would look like after a while of walking. This is camp there. I think they were part of the wadding crew. So beautiful young lady. I know that was her first time. This is a lady that helped me. It came up and visited COM in 07. Some friends of mine came in for a weekend and took off. This is a beautiful Opal. She's passed away. She was a nurse. Beautiful lady. Kitchen crew. So, and this is the dome tent I was telling you about. That's the outside. This guy made a dome. It's the old feller on the road. Took a picture of him. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed Ocala National Forest and the Rainbow Gatherings. There's no years on that, but I would say it's from I was involved in it in 1995. I went to my first one and I stopped in 2009. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed.